You know, it truly is the masterpieces that are the ones to hide behind the flash and awe to reveal the honest and formal opinions of the world today. Whereas some may see a story about a girl who can turn back time taking off pieces of underwear, I see a true war cry for socialism and how capitalistic empires are what are decimating the hearts of our democracies. Kubrick himself would be at a loss of words, witnessing such raw emotion and grandeur and exposing the harsh truths of society and how we truly built monsters within our own machines. Picasso would be in tears as this perfectly sculpted series reveals why we'll truly never escape disgust behind our beauty and sadness against our smiles. A true masterpiece indeed. Nah, I'm kidding. This is pretty raunchy stuff about a girl who thinks she deserves to be the number one in everything. Please put them on Takamine-San, a series about a girl who has the power to turn back time by taking off a piece of underwear and everyone's memories get wiped. It starts off pretty much how you expect a series, with the cover of a girl sliding her underwear off would start. Rereading this for review, it pretty much feels like a much more explicit beginning of Nagatoro, but sort of in a reverse reveals. The main character is exposed to the nature of Takane after seeing her bare breasts, is not affected like everyone else when she strips down in public to turn back the clocks and do over her day. In response, she blackmails him into becoming her closet, so now she has the opportunity to do over more than just once or twice now. Also, like Nagatoro, it starts off pretty cruel, with Takane constantly belittling and pushing Koshi in his place, reminding him where he stands in life and that is below her in every way. But with all of her teasing and lewd behavior in the beginning, a deeper story is unfolding. Not metaphorically or artistically representing something, but one about friendship and how in many of our pasts do we forget the importance that we or someone has left in our lives, and the marks we leave, whether good or bad. For all of her ability and uprising, she may as well be like Komi. She's popular, everyone loves her, everyone wants her, she does perfect in everything, but there's a loneliness to being on top. Not just against others, but against herself, and to be perfect, not having anyone to confide in, no one to let go for, no one to be open to. We quickly learn how obsessed she is at perfection. Unlike Komi, who is considered a god because of how people see her, Takane must create the moments herself. And to do that most of the time is for the reader to be shown just how many times she messes up or doesn't accomplish something up to her standards of acceptable. Like Nagatoro, the relationship starts very cringe. He's too spineless to take any initiative for either himself or her rules, but he also cares too much about her image to willingly let her embarrass herself to make a point of when he does things half-assed or even when she teases him. Where typically this would lead to frustration over his lack of confidence and low self-esteem, she immediately views his actions as too sweet and sensible for his own good. The moment she realizes that it's because he's a good person is when she stops being demanding and over-controlling over his actions and more teasing and sympathetic towards him. He's not doing it for any sort of reward or allowing her to be exposed out of vengeance. For the rest of the volume, in fact, she becomes more flirty with him, even looking forward to spending time with him and trying to care for him. Because the first half, though, he doesn't think of anything more than just her putting him in his place. The late night jogging chapter is both very spicy and cute. She sends pics any boy in the school would only dream of getting, and she pouts when she doesn't think he'll show up to give her a pair of panties, only for him to be out of breath, worried about her well-being. Probably one of my favorite chapters in the first volume. It works because it shows no matter what the circumstance, he will always look out for her because he cares for her. Meanwhile, it shows both just how lonely she truly was before spending time with him and how captivated she is over his innocence about her. She can't fully express her feelings about him just yet and covers it up with more teasing, but it has a cute ending with her glad that someone worries about someone deemed as perfect as she. Although for Koshi, he may not understand why she becomes more sympathetic towards him. As a reader, with these proper beats, it's obvious, especially when it's revealed that they were childhood friends and he doesn't even know it. What a twist. When she was just a lonely girl with no friends, he befriended her and helped take care of a stray cat. But they never told each other's names, which is weird because what are you going to call your friend when you try to get their attention? I always hate that trope for flashbacks and childhood friendships that last more than a day. Anyway, not only is it not that an important moment in her life, but she also kept the cat. This reveals so much more humanization towards Takane, because it shows how she holds on to something of what's important to her. Even with all these perfect grades and awards and whatever type of life she's living right now, something she holds dear and precious was a time when she didn't possess that power, and wasn't even considered royally beautiful, and was still treated in a way that she possibly yearns for again. I definitely expected raunchy when reading the title and seeing the cover, but I'm pleasantly surprised with the results. The amount of fan service is actually insane, but it works with the premise of the story. Both main characters show that they're well-rounded individuals that'll keep a story going. Because of ridiculous plot as it is, the bigger story going on is their growth as a relationship. How far will they be willing to go for each other? Originally, this was supposed to be a double review of both volumes, but halfway through I realized I wanted to really dive into what I failed to realize in the first reading of Volume 1, about the beats that changed through the story. With Volume 3 finally out, I don't know if either I'll do separate Volume 2 or 3 reviews, or do a double review for them. Anyways, I had fun analyzing. What do you think of the series so far? Does it meet expectations? Rise above them? That's all for now, and go read a book.